ultra, ultra fast. I ain't with the boulder dash. Run it back, running back. Face back with the shoulder pads.
Run it back, watch your back. You think I want it cream, but I like it black. Not by the act. And run it back, you see how I act. Nothing I lack. Feel it like a fatal heart attack. I'd die for that. I don't stress about it. I think less without it. I'ma cut out anything that's in my psyche. Feeling myself high key. Running back, let me have it back. I'ma cut out anything that's in my psyche. Feeling myself high key.
Yes, like that, like that, like that. Solo might be right back, right back, right back. Oh yes, like that, like that, like that. I told her might be right back, right back, right back.
Run it back, run it back. Told him put the money in the bag. Double that. Run it back, run it back. Told him put the money in the bag. Double that, double that.
Run it back, run it back.
Run it, run it, run it back, run it back, run it, run it, run it back, run it back, run it, run it, run it back, run it back.
Run it back, 100 stack in the truck with his fire tag. Punch the gas, run into the future. Past, I'm done with that. But if I need to, then I'm coming back. Yeah, that's a fact.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Tonight, we're on to week 2 of the NFL season. We got a good one on tap, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. First play, Mahomes looking to throw it. And his first pass is incomplete. You look at this Steeler defense. It's quite a unit, that's for sure. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Normally you want teams to gel late in the season, but this unit, they've been terrific right from the word go. Came in as the number 1 rated unit against the pass in the NFL after just 1 week.
Mahomes' throw caught by Tony. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys? Coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night, guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. To throw, it's Mahomes. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he will have a Chiefs first down as he's able to get about 3 that time on 3rd and inches. The Chiefs had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. And he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9. This defense for the Steelers, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Pacheco gets it again on second down. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Kadarius Toney, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chiefs put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at their own 24. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down. You talk about this Chiefs defense. Now, they're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
And, hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go and get to that number 1 spot.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL. And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game,
there he goes, right side. Down the right sideline. And running with power here. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal set. And now off to the races down the right side. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 41 yards on the ground. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
They run the play fake. Here's Pickett. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 18 more yards there and another first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back, and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off that big carry again, and instead it works opposite.
The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Now a timeout called for by the offense. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. So Pickett is off to the sideline, and Chris Boswell is on for the Steeler field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Boswell's kick is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
A run by Pacheco on second down. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
On first down, they go back to Pacheco. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Second quarter from Arrowhead, it's the Chiefs in possession as they're looking at a second down and 9 to go. Mahomes now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 33 yards that time.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. And he's going to get this one down to the 30.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Now here's Mahomes. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I think the defenders have to feel pretty good. Even though the ball was tipped in the air and could have become a big play for the offense, they actually won one because the guy flinging it today, he's having quite the performance. A couple of touchdown passes, almost threw his first interception, but he's throwing it so well that I think Lady Luck was on his side.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal.
27-yard attempt.
Butker's kick here is good, and they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
1st and 10, here's Pickett. A short one there to Freiermuth. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and it may be a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Chiefs are going to take over at their own 41.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively, getting inside the quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
This is part of why this guy's got multiple MVPs on the mantle. We're used to seeing him make the impossible throws, but here Mahomes knows he's got nothing, so he wisely just gets rid of it.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's a 3rd down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
From the gun, here's Pickett. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. 22 yards there, a first down.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
That swung out wide to Harris. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
At the 47-yard line.
Here's Pickett on second down. Johnson with a completion over the middle. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Gets this out wide to Pickett. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now Mahomes. Got an open man here, and it's KJ Hamler. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Kansas City Chiefs. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
Throwing now is Mahomes. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
3rd and 4.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. final shot before the half for Mahomes. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They run again with Harris. 76 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop his shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Pickett now to throw off the play fake. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Warren will try the right side. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Chris Jones on the stop. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Pickett will look to throw it here. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left. He tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Now Pickett on 4th down. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. Down the sideline he goes.
Partner, I see you reaching for the right flag. Put it down. I don't want you throwing it, but understand why. Because if you do, you're hoping they might actually stop this game, because we're in blowout territory right now. That interception just surrendered any momentum they built up in the locker room during halftime. So game plan, It's in the garbage. Time to try something new in this one.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. First and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Pacheco gets it up the gut, and he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. The tackle by Cole Holcomb.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. They go play fake. Mahomes. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Alex Highsmith buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. Goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Yeah, he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32.
What an advantage having a elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, they can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. A tone setter on defense. They pick off the first pass. I will look down, but yeah, no interceptions last week, so they made up for lost time.
Or did they ever? And when you pick off the first pass of the game, you talk about tone setter. Now your whole entire defense is thinking, okay, when do we get our next one? Can't wait to get back out on the field and get after him.
The tackle made by Landon Roberts.
At the 45-yard line.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup.
Yellow.
2nd and 10.
15.
Toss right side to Pacheco. Gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 48 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Now it's Trubisky. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11. Throwing here, Trubisky. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. Boswell's kick is good. And that will narrow this, if that's even the right word, to a 30-point deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, we've reached the stage where it's a mere formality at this point. They've got the comfortable lead. We know what the outcome is going to be. I guess the only question is, do they want to put more points on the board before the final gun?
Well, I certainly hope not. And I'm being selfish here because you and I have flights to catch. Let's go ahead and finish this one off, guys. You've taken care of business. Let's close it out. And you and I, let's get to the airport.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2nd and 12, operating from the 39. Right side, it's Hamler pulling it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a 1st down. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
43!
They toss it to Pacheco. And maybe shades of the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all.